waiting for me? Is this me?
Yeah. Yeah. Now, if you
everyone.
landscape mode, it looks a lot better.
Yeah. You open it up. There you go.
Yeah.
Larry.
Larry. Hi, Isla. You made it on.
Yeah.
Where's your
Notice how
part, Cindy
Ralph
Pickett?
looks a lot thinner in the landscape.
We've been working on the brick. I raised flower bed. Break time.
Let me see. A lot of people are coming on. It's still 3 minutes.
Ralph, where'd you get that picture?
I am not sure. I found it somewhere on the internet. Looks like a good time.
An old drive-in movie.
So there's going to be a cruise on Friday on Commerce from 7 to 9.
Mm.
Not really.
What?
There's going to be a cruise on Commerce from 7 to 9 o'clock Friday night.
Oh my goodness. Even though it's against the law, right?
Well,
No, it's not.
Nobody's getting out of their
Uh-oh.
car.
So long as it.
no one's getting out of the car, exactly.
Well,
That's right.
years ago, Longview passed an anti-cruising ordinance, which has been ignored pretty well.
Don't you think the police have other things to do in Longview?
I would hope so.
And it should still be ignored.
What'll happen is somebody wakes somebody up in one of those apartments upstairs, and they'll call and complain. And then the police will maybe come by,
Let 'em.
depending on what other things are going on.
Yeah.
Well, this is the quickest we got to 22.
So what do we do to see everybody?
Everybody's figuring it out.
Upper right-hand corner.
Right-hand corner. Click.
So we have our guest, Chris Bailey, is on. Darlene.
Yes, okay.
And I believe Sheila Bergen is also going to try to join the meeting.
Okay.
Oh, there she's coming.
Where's the guy wearing a tie?
I'd be happy to introduce them, Darlene, when the time comes.
Okay.
There, Sheila.
There you are.
It's 11:59 and we've got 28. This is cool.
Cool. Awesome.
And some of our regulars aren't here yet. 29 by 12 o'clock.
It's really interesting that I couldn't get in this morning because I video chatted with my daughters the other day, but they only had WebEx. So once I installed WebEx, I really got screwed up. So I uninstalled WebEx to get into this meeting. Neither one of them will let me into a meeting if the other one's on there.
We're now at 30. I'm excited.
I couldn't take my kids out.
You know, when you're home alone, or not home, home with the dog and the wife, you need some more. Oh, I just lost one. Who did I lose? Geez.
Sharon.
I lost Sharon?
Yeah.
Sandy Cat.
Sandy, yeah.
There she is. I'm here.
There she is. Get on.
Hey, that's much better, Greg.
Who's breathing?
You in the halo.
Sharon, are you outside?
Yeah. Is it too much of a glare?
Yeah.
No.
It's
You're
a
not coming
noise.
in very well.
Noise.
Little windy.
Just so what you knew, whenever Darlene decides to start the meeting, I will mute everybody for the new people, and you'll be able to unmute yourself, or down by lower right hand of the screen is a thing called reactions, and you can put up a hand, or if you like something, you can put a thumbs up.
Okay, I have 12 by my watch. Should we start the meeting?
Sure.
Why not?
You're
for
the
it.
president, so you want me to mute everybody?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. And you, Darlene, you can unmute yourself and go forward.
Okay, Pioneer Alliance meeting. We will get started because I know our guest speakers need to get through earlier. So if we could have maybe, and we'll do the tail twister stuff afterwards. Maybe we can have Marilyn introduce our speakers for today.
Forgot
There you are.
which button to hit. There I am. Okay.
Okay.
So, good afternoon, fellow Lions. I would like to share with you our president of Lower Columbia College, Chris Bailey, and our assistant director of the foundation at Lower Columbia, Sheila Bergen, has also joined our meeting. I have asked if Chris might share some comments about what the college is doing to adjust to this new time. So, Chris, is there any history I need to provide?
No, I think we can go ahead and start. So,
I think so.
if you're good.
I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. So it's been an interesting time at LCC. In February, we started to get some rumblings around a pandemic. And so we decided maybe we should begin taking some action just in case. And so luckily, or not so luckily, we'd had a thing called the bird flu about a decade ago. And I was a new vice president at Centralia College at that time. And so we did a lot of work around the avian or bird flu. And it never really developed into anything in the United States. But we did do a lot of planning around it, and that came in helpful. In March of this year, about mid-March, we began asking our faculty, assuming that there could be some sort of shutdown or order, to begin to try to get everything that we could possibly get online. And so that was probably early to mid-March. We had already kind of had an initiative around going online because we thought that that would be really an important aspect for our students anyway. Our average age is 30. Many are parents or worked. And so we had, over the last 2 years, trying to get as many classes online as possible because many of our students were preferring that modality. So this kind of played into our long-term strategy from that end anyway. But some classes are a lot harder to convert than others, and some instructors had never taught in an online environment. So we moved ahead, and we actually decided to extend the quarter for spring, 2 additional weeks of break, so that we'd have a full month to prepare. We decided to have all finals in winter quarter to the degree possible online. And then on March 19th, pursuant to the governor's order, we actually shut down the campus to only essential employees. So most employees were to work remotely. Students and visitors were denied access to the campus. And we set up all sorts of Zoom rooms and other mechanisms for students to get that kind of, the kind of information we would normally give to them in person. Initially, the governor's order told us that we should not have any person-to-person until May 5th. We're coming up on that date. We haven't had any change in that order, but we expect one in the next day or two. Our intent is to go almost virtually all online for this quarter. We've also decided this week to go all online to the extent we can in summer quarter. The governor is allowing right now for limited exceptions for some like nursing clinicals and medical assisting clinicals, things of that nature. We're having some difficulty with science labs. How do you do those virtually? But we're working through that detail. So we intend to have our employees even after May 5th to be primarily remote at this point in time, and even through the summer while we get through this. And we're just learning a lot of new technology, just like you all are. So that's kind of a starting intro. Any questions?
Yes, Chris, this is Sandy Cat.
Hi, Sandy.
Thanks for being here with us today. I do have a question about commencement ceremonies and what the plans are for those and what ways in which the community can celebrate the accomplishments of your graduates during this different time.
That's a good point. Probably the hardest decision, one of the hardest decisions we had to make was regarding commencement. There's no guarantees that we're going to be allowed to have those events, obviously, in June, and best bets are that we won't. So we decided to make the call early. We made it about a week ago so that people wouldn't make plans around it or travel, etc. And we decided that we're going to try a virtual commencement. We're still defining what that might be. But at this point in time, what it'll probably be is more of a commemorative video. It won't be a standard commencement. It won't look like the commencement. It'll be more pictures, and we'll do award ceremony type things with pictures and information. It'll probably be a little bit of the review of the year, and we may bring in some guest speakers for quick soundbite clips and welcomes. We're also going to put together a swag bag. So we're looking at some items there. It'll include, obviously, the cap and the tassel. But we're also thinking about getting LCC face masks. We may be ordering those for that swag bag. So that'll be kind of a fun little relic for those students. We're also looking at doing some other celebratory things that are still in the preliminary stages, but something that's a little bit more viral that we may be doing to celebrate the individual students who are graduating. This is a big deal for them. And the more that we can do in an online environment that can be shared out to friends and family, the more we can make this special and unique, I think is what we're trying to do. So it won't be just graduation filmed without people. It'll be something that's more zippy and new and innovative and creative, that takes a lot of thought and time so that they know that we appreciate that. Thanks for the question, Sandy. Good to see you again.
Thank you. And just a follow-up question, how many students did you have slated for graduation this year? I understand not all would have participated.
We have about normally around 700 or so graduates in the current environment. About 400 of them normally walk. So those were the numbers that we would have been looking at. We looked at postponement, but our site is Kelso High School. We're not even sure if we were to postpone it, whether it would still be allowed. So that created a lot of logistical problems of just having to cancel again. We are inviting all the current students, however, who want to walk next year. We're going to make room for them if they want to come back and walk, because we want to give them at least that element. But we're going to do some cool stuff that we're going to announce later as we finalize it. That's going to be really fun and unique for these students. Any other questions?
So, Chris, I just really appreciate you coming to our online meeting. It seems to be a way of life going on for us. And it's just wonderful that you can add something to our meeting. Sheila, did you want to make any comments?
I actually didn't have any comments regarding commencement and the changes that are happening, but I am looking forward to, in the next month, being able to present the club with your scholarship recipients for next year. So we are still working on that and trying to determine who those students are. I've been working with Sandy. She's been absolutely amazing to work with. So thank you very much, Sandy. And I really appreciate all of your support of the club and the work that you do.
And if
Thank
I could,
you so much.
If I could, I have to say that to have our faculty kind of turn on a dime and our staff, literally within a month, they had to set up a virtual campus. And so that's all our student support work, our Zoom rooms, our registration, our advising, everything being done remotely, our running start. And then also having faculty who have never taught online. and then our e-learning support team working with them to make sure that the quality was there, faculty helping faculty. They have not complained at all. They have just been absolute troopers about this. There's a real sense of collaboration on the campus. People really almost excited about the newness of it, even though it's in very difficult times. And then to have our students continue to enroll. We've lost about 12%, I think, of enrollment, which was not unexpected. We thought it might be more than that. But they've been really patient with us. They've also been adaptable and resilient. We couldn't ask for better support from both our students and our own faculty and staff. So thank you to those folks in particular for getting us through this.
Gina has a question. Unmute yourself, Gina.
Hi, Chris and Sheila. I want to thank you for being here today, but I also am not surprised that you guys are doing so well in this situation. I have the utmost respect for you both. My question is Running Start. How do you see Running Start moving ahead, moving forward?
So for us, it was a lot easier transition than the high schools. The high schools, they don't have as much of the online setup, and it's even worse below the high school level. But at the high school level, they've had to do a lot of adaptation in the very short term. So it's been even more difficult on the K-12 system. For us, we've been moving towards having most of our Running Start type programs, the academic transfer courses, online over the last couple of years. So it wasn't too much of a change. The biggest change is just having to do counseling and advising remotely. So that's been a difference, having students contact us. Our enrollments are actually flat from last year, so we haven't really lost students in Running Start. There's also a possibility that we could have a summer quarter Running Start, but that has to be approved by OSPI, the Office of the Superintendent of Public Instruction. That would give an opportunity for students to progress who maybe are losing a little something in this ordeal in the short term. So we've reached out to the high schools and to the principals and to the superintendents and told them that if there are certain classes that they can't offer that they want to offer for their students, chances are we have them. So if we need to fill gaps in that way, we're here to do that with them.
Thank you.
I'd like to just speak a little bit towards Running Start, only because I have a child that is in Running Start as a senior, and it's been very seamless. He's been able to connect with his counselors when he needs to. They've been very responsive, and he's just kind of hit the quarter running. He's doing great. So no complaints from the kiddo standpoint, which is always a good thing.
Well, I have a junior who had planned Running Start for her senior year, and so that was more or less why I was putting it out there to find out if that was still indeed going to be part of the program or not. And so I'm happy to hear that it is. Thank you.
You bet.
Yes.
Good to see you again.
You too.
So, Chris, I take it you like her maiden name.
Definitely. It's the best.
That's the best. Any more questions out there? I don't see any hands raised right now.
I just wanted to turn the meeting back over to Darlene.
That probably would be it. So Chris
this time.
Yeah, Chris and Sharon, you can stay and watch the rest of it, especially us getting reacquainted. And this is our single largest meeting. We just reached 41. If anybody saw that in the chat.
Well, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to come speak to you all today, and really proud of you guys. Keep up the good work. Keep zooming, and I'll be in touch later. And thank you, Sheila, as well.
Chris and Sheila, thank you very much for attending our little Zoom meeting today. We really appreciate it, and it gets us knowing what is going on in the community and other aspects that we don't use. Most of us do not have any, maybe anybody involved in. So I'd like to thank you very much. And when we have time, we will present you guys with a Pioneer Lions mug when we can kind of get out and get everything going. So I want to say thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sorry, Jessens and then John Palmer both raised their hands.
Okay.
You have a question? Unmute yourself.
No, that was a thumbs up, Hal.
Oh, okay. Jessens, was that a raising hand or a thumbs up? You got to unmute yourself if you're going to say something.
That was an applaud.
Oh, that was an applaud. Okay.
Thanking her for coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Well, I'm going
having
to unmute all, and we can all applaud.
Yay! Okay, we can go into and do some of the tail twisters. Anybody have anything that they would like to say? Anybody? Okay.
Sandy Cat here. I have a clarification of an email that was sent out this morning to Education Committee members. May I share that now?
Sure.
The Education Committee plans to meet a week from today, Tuesday at 1:30-ish, to review scholarship applications. We're going to have a practice meeting today for anybody who wishes to participate at 1:30, right, Hal?
Yes, and that was in case there was somebody on that list who hasn't done Zoom yet, and I don't know for a fact if I open it up and nobody's there but Sandy and I, then fine.
Okay.
Thank you, Acting President Darlene.
Sure. Okay, Phil?
I just wanted to share that we had a real fun event last week. On my great-granddaughter's 6th birthday, we had a parade down Curtis Drive of about 25 cars.
All right.
It was awesome. Unfortunately, or fortunately, social distancing took a bit of a hit at the end of the parade. But it was a wonderful thing to see smiles on faces for 2 little girls who've been cooped up for better part of a month or more than a month. The other thing I wanted to share is, especially since Vicki Wellenbrock is with us today. Vicki lives in Redmond, Oregon, but her volunteering at their hospice there is something that we can report as club members in the community. Mm-hmm. So I just want to let you know, if you volunteer in the community, whether it's officially Lions sanctioned or not, your hours are reportable, and just email me and tell me what you're doing for whom and how many hours, and I will report it to LCI.
Okay.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Gina has her hand up.
Yes, I spoke with Russell Case yesterday. We were talking about Zoom meetings and not attending one, and Russell has gotten the email talking about the Zoom meetings, but he needs a simpler instruction. He's tried to log in a couple of times. So if somebody's got a tried and true way of getting into a Zoom meeting, if they could share it with Russell Case, that'd be great. Besides that, he is doing better. He's putting around out in his yard, and he's making do.
I'll do that unless somebody else wants to volunteer. I wrote his name down.
Thank you, Hal.
You bet. I'll call him and just kind of walk him through it.
Well, I have 2 things.
Okay, Patterson's.
Darlene,
Yes.
today is Awards Day,
Yes.
and after the awards, I have something I want to address regarding orientation. But first, my suggestion is we turn the meeting over to Gina for monthly awards.
Okay.
And perhaps, Gina, maybe we can just mail out the awards this time instead of making an actual presentation. Just a suggestion.
Does that mean you don't want me to say anything? You just want to mail the awards?
Just mail them out.
Okay, we want you to say something.
Yeah.
Because it's so fun.
Is this maybe a number of times doing this?
No, we only have 3. I've got our usual monthly awards. We may have to make it March and April, though.
That's okay. Go ahead,
What
Keith.
does that mean?
Go ahead.
We don't
Yeah,
go
go
into
ahead, Keith.
April.
Am I on then?
You have the
Yes.
floor.
I have the floor. Okay. I have the space. Welcome. I that there's 41 people on here today, and that Hal is going to reach out to Russell Case to maybe make things a little easier for him. I did make some phone calls yesterday, had some awesome conversations with people, and they enjoyed that as much as I do, I think. Most of them were positive. We do have one gentleman in our club who, Alan Buck, he had a surgery and he's waiting for a follow-up surgery. So hopefully those surgeries can start taking place now. But Alan is doing well. He said his immediate needs are being met. He lives in an awesome place. So that positiveness was awesome. Looks like Phil has his hand up.
I just wanted to let people know that Alan is an employee of Columbia Security who has been a member for about 5 months, but because of the shift he works, he is unable to attend our meetings, so he hasn't received his indoctrination yet.
Okay.
Indoctrination, I like that term.
Yeah.
All right. It was fun to reach out to those folks yesterday, and
Comments if you want.
as is the meeting that we're on today. But I want to talk about the Rookie of the Month. These are hard times, and it's hard to come up with who's done what and how they've done it and that sort of thing. But we want to recognize Isla Huster as active member and Rookie of the Month because she has attended these virtual meetings. She has volunteered for things, and it looks like she's going to be one of those. I don't see her on my screen. She must be on the other
She's
side.
there.
She's there.
But we recognize her as someone who is a go-getter and wants to do things within this Pioneer Lions group. And so help me applaud Isla Huster for her work as Rookie of the Month. And award out to you.
Thank you.
All right. Who's Isla's who? I forgot the word I want to use.
Gail Bradley.
Gail. I reached out to Gail yesterday and couldn't get her. Do you think they're on vacation?
Actually, it was Richie Wrangler who indoctrinated me.
My bad.
Okay.
Gail sponsored me. Yeah.
Well, we're happy to have you all the same.
Yeah.
Okay, and so now to talk about Unsung Lions of the Month. We want to talk about Carrie Ann Bottero as Unsung Lion of the Month. As soon as she heard that the Casanovas were doing this grocery help in our community, she jumped right on there and she announced it in this meeting, and she stepped up to help in a Zoom meeting just like this. And she also heard that someone else needed a little work done on her car, and she volunteered her husband. You know, she jumps right over anything that needs to be done. So we want to appreciate and award Carrie Ann with the Unsung Lion of the Month.
Thank you, Carrie Ann.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie Ann. Enjoy having you in our group.
Oh.
Does anybody else have anything they want to say to or about Carrie Ann? Oh, not about, just to Carrie.
Yes. I just wanted to say thank you for helping me with my car.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my God. Yes.
Big heart. Okay, and we want to talk about and celebrate this next Lion of the Month position. No, not because of his ability to sing or his uncanny ability to grow a beard, but because it's because he put this virtual meeting together for us. He went to the trouble to get it set up and invite everybody, and we have really enjoyed the Zoom meeting. So Hal Palmer, you are our official Lion of the Month. Maybe for March and April.
March and April.
No.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's not get carried away.
Okay, we won't get carried away, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I got
We
it.
do appreciate the work you put into it, you know, and we won't hold those other things against you, but we do appreciate coming together. And 41, can you believe it? 41 people all in the same meeting. Who would have thought it or thunk it?
And I got to tell you, I enjoyed my calling too. And Jerry McCormick and Shirley all say hi from Surprise, Arizona.
Surprise.
And Dr. Little is in Canterbury and doesn't have a computer or a smartphone, but he says hi and he really misses everybody. And there we go.
Is he healthy?
Thank you.
Is
I
Dr.
appreciate it.
healthy?
Oh, Phil's got his hand up.
Okay, Phil.
I just wanted to tag on a little bit on the awards and mention that the awards committee has concluded its work on annual awards and presented the board with the nominees. I would like to let you know who the nominees are. For Rookie of the Year, John Krazunas, Gordy Schultz, and Rose Dickinson. For Unsung Lion of the Year, Larry Dewson, Sandy Cat, and Cheryl Coast. And for Lion of the Year, Gina Ramey, Louis Fickett, and Cindy Fickett. The voting has taken place. The tabulation of the votes will remain a deep, dark secret until the awards are presented. The last couple of years, that's been done at the installation meeting. Obviously, we don't know what the future holds, but at that time, we will all know who the winners were. I can tell you that this was interesting to tabulate because the voting was incredibly close. So congratulations to you nominees. Your nominations signifies a great deal of your heart and soul in Pioneer Alliance.
That it?
That's it.
Yeah. Good.
Okay, Darlene, then additionally, as we try to adjust, we have some people that need orientation.
Okay.
And I think we're going to do it just a little bit differently. Talked with a couple of people on the committee. We decided to send out to the people that need orientation the manual that we use when we do it in person.
Okay.
And then after that, I'll make up as an old college professor used to call it, a quizzy. And
Really?
if they
I'm
answer
a little too old for that.
Yeah.
if they answer
You have the answers in front of you.
It's open book.
it's an open book quiz.
Okay.
We'll consider that to be an orientation. So what's probably going to happen is the orientation will occur, and then at some point in the future, when we meet again, then we'll do the induction. But we're a little out of sequence, but who cares? I mean, we're adjusting. You get 40-some people that are meeting virtually. So this could be a way for many clubs that have far less members than we do of conducting their meetings.
Like the two
Right. Anyway, I think we'll pursue that. What I need to know now is his brother Pat, is his
saved me in a house.
Is his office open?
Office hours are 10 to 4, and it's drive-up window only.
Okay. Well, I think we have enough. I'm going to run by this afternoon. I think we have enough orientation manuals, but I'm going to need the names of the people that need orientation. I believe, Isla, you're one of them.
Yes.
Also, Bob Piper. Gordy Schultz, I think. And John Palmer Sr.'s wife. I forgot her name, John. Sue. And can you think of anyone else?
Yeah, Alan Buck.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Jim from the golf course.
Jim
Oh, yeah.
Dickerson?
No.
Not Dickerson, excuse me. Nickerson.
Not even.
Nickerson.
Nickerson.
Lila's raising her hand.
Just a question. Is there any reason we're not doing this on this fabulous Zoom?
Nope.
I'd be glad to set it up for you, Steve.
No. Okay, but we'll need to mail out.
Uh-huh.
So thanks, Hal. I think we'll do that. We'll have a Zoom meeting, but it won't be right away. Maybe in a week or so. But I'll mail out to these individuals the orientation manual, and then that'd be fun to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I think Greg would be available for consultation. I will have him make his presentation. Also, Mark Kelch. Is Mark on today?
Look like Harold.
He what? Yeah, he's down here
by phone. But anyway, we'll set it up for probably next week.
Yeah. Just check with me on the dates. And there's another program out there that Sandy has taught me to use, and it's called Doodle. And with this Doodle, you can confirm who's going to be there.
Okay. Greg wants to comment.
Not commenting on what you were talking about. I received a call from the city sessions this morning. Keith Huff's mother had passed away.
Yes. For those who are not aware, Keith Huff's mother has passed away.
Yeah.
Yesterday morning. And some of you may not know that. Some of you may not know Keith. Those of you who knew him, what an awesome member he was, and what happened at his very first spaghetti feed. Ha!
That's it.
And just so you know, I added John Palmer's wife as one of our participants because she's been watching and smiling.
That would be my daughter.
Well, that's your daughter. Okay. How did she get so big so fast? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Al?
Yes.
Comments from Maryland.
I was on Facebook. I've been on Facebook quite a bit. It's been my pastime, and it feeds my soul to be in touch with former classmates, former family friends, along with Lions. And a great deal of information comes across for Lions Club International as well. But I wanted to move back to Keith Huff. Just this morning, I saw a post that Keith forwarded his dad's post about Roxana is her name, Roxana Huff. And if any of you are Facebook, if you would click on search for Keith Huff, the post about his mother is just, she was an amazing woman. And I know Keith talked about his large family. He had a family of birthed 9 children and 9 adopted children, all due to Roxana. Along with that, she formed a foundation to help orphans get homes, and it goes on and on and on. But boy, it touches your heart. I found myself getting emotional, and I had to stop reading. But it's been a long haul since 2013 for her to fight cancer.
Cheryl Coast has her hand up.
My question is for Tom Fulton. Just a minute, I gotta find him here.
All your dirty lemon.
There you are, Tom. Tom, can you hear me? Oh, no, Tom is muted.
No, you're not muted.
There you go. Tom, can you hear me? Okay, before all this, we got side railed with our meetings. You had reminded everybody that has a food card coming up due and needs to renew, that they need to do that. And assuming we're going to have a fundraising season this summer, there probably may be still some people who haven't taken advantage of getting that done or figured out how to get it done in this situation. But Maybe you could send a quick email around to the people that you know that have food cards to remind them if they haven't done it yet.
I can, yes.
That might be a good idea, so we're all up to speed and we can hit the ground running when we do.
Okay. Yep. Thank you.
In the newsletter also.
Somebody's iPhone is just coming in.
This is Phil. I wanted to mention something about Roxana Huff. When she got the diagnosis way back in 2013, her prognosis was very
It's sending on the chat.
And so it's pretty amazing
Somebody just put something on.
that 6 years or 7 years later, she is passed. She fought for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Hey, Carrie Ann, would you like to talk about the grocery outlet?
Yes, I'd love to. So for those of you that aren't aware of what's going on, Mike and Michelle Casanova own Grocery Outlet, and they decided to reach out to community members and ask for those referrals of people that just need help during this time. Maybe they are elderly and can't get out, or just need some extra food. And so Grocery Outlet had decided to do that. And I thought, what a great idea for a Lions service project too. So we so far have just been personally donating money. So if you're interested in donating to that cause, which is just delivering food and maybe some toilet paper, paper towels to some people in need, Dolly is taking the funds, and she is then in turn writing a check to Grocery Outlet for a donation. And then a couple of us have volunteered to help actually deliver this Friday. I did let Michelle know, so she's waiting to hear back from her church and how many people can help, and then she'll let me know on that. So I sent Dolly and everyone an email yesterday. I haven't heard, so I'm not sure of the funds that we've collected for that yet. But if you're interested in that, feel free to reach out to me or send Dolly a check, and it's payable to the Pioneer Lions. And then she will in turn write a check for a donation to the Grocery Outlet. And we are delivering packages this week. She said they have 60 people. So we are helping with deliveries and finances on delivering food and sorts to some community members.
Okay. And to make sure if you write a check, put Grocery Outlet on it, right?
And put in the memo line, yes, Grocery Outlet, or deliver it and let her know so she knows where that money needs to go. Yeah.
If they want to mail it to Post Office Box 1102.
Yes, the
Lions box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just
And if you forget, it's in the newsletter.
I wanted to add something. When we talked about this just a week ago, the Casanovas were providing 20 bags of food valued at $25 each week, and they were filling pretty much. They were getting about 20 applications, and they were filling 20. So I think probably due to just the expansion of everybody's thinking and Gary Ann bringing this to us, expansion to 60 in 1 week is pretty amazing.
Right. Yeah. Okay, anybody else have anything else? Okay, so next Tuesday.
Maryland's.
Oh, Marilyn, go ahead.
Hard to shut. Go ahead.
Steve says I talk too much. I would just like to mention that I think Hal attended it as well, but I attended Lions Club International first ever virtual symposium. It was an online event that lasted 4 hours, and thankfully they would take little 5-minute breaks. Many speakers, informational, motivational. I felt like I attended a mini convention. It was so worthwhile. And you can find that on Facebook or go online Hal, maybe you have the correct information, but it's very worthwhile looking at it. Any lion, it isn't just for leaders. It just tells you about lionism. It tells you about people who have been blessed by being lions, and on and on. So it was great. I think they will do more of that. And go ahead.
The next
What? I didn't hear.
The next symposium is going to be like June 6th, right?
June 6th.
Symposium is going to be June 6th.
Okay.
Come in.
On him.
Everybody's looking around to see if there's somebody they're going.
The other day I had to go in for blood work at the hospital, and I was just talking to the tech person that was doing the blood work for me. And I asked her, I said, how long do you think this is going to last? She said 2 years.
Parts of it, yeah.
Yeah, parts of it will last. And then we were talking, and I guess Vancouver has canceled their 4th of July celebration. That's what she was saying anyway. So
Yeah, they did. And so did Seaside.
Oh, okay.
And Longview is up in the air. We still don't know.
Are they gonna? Didn't Arlene say she might know by this weekend or so?
May 4th.
May 4th.
Okay. Yes.
Hal?
Yes, on Lions Clubs International Foundation, the amount of grants awarded related to COVID are up over $1.5 million right now. What we're also looking for is if 100 or more people in the district are affected, which based on Clark County, they got us over the 100. There's money available. But the other side of that is I hope each one of you will still consider donating to Lions Clubs International Foundation during this thing. You can go right to lcif.org. You can click on it. You can set up a monthly or a quarterly or an annual donation. So.
June 3rd.
Oh.
You.
Okay. So to kind of review for today, Sandy, next Tuesday at 1:30, you're going to have your educational meeting to go over the scholarships, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
And how will resend that correctly after today?
So are you going to do it like through a Zoom, or are you going to just do it
Zoom?
On Zoom, okay. And I don't know who's on the education committee, so you will have to get a hold of them. And
Sandy has an email list.
Okay.
And remember, the president is an ex officio member.
Yeah, but I'm not the president.
Oh.
There's also a list on the new website.
I'm acting president for today.
Well, that makes you acting for next week.
Who knows? I don't know. So,
okay.
So I'm glad you guys are all staying healthy and staying in and kind of keeping, it's kind of a hard time for all of us and stuff. Oh, Ken, how is the pie?
Here.
Terrific.
Oh, okay. Yeah, saying to go over to Ken. So.
So did I win today? Did I win?
No, I'm sorry. I think we're all kind of getting bored after a while. You can only do so much,
Acting President Darlene.
Yes.
Marilyn. I would like to give just a quick update.
How do you raise your hand?
What's that?
Well,
Somebody's talking. Anyway, the update I wanted to give was that we have formed a group of people that are willing to make phone calls, and some of you are on here that volunteered to do that.
you'll have the handoff.
It's awesome that we are making contact. And just for me assigning people, I was able to talk to at least 10 or 12 people by that. And Ken got on the ball right away. He sent me an email and a little update of all those lions. And what they're doing. As you make your phone calls, if you get a chance,
When you tap the hand or the finger.
send me a report and I will put that together and send it off to Cindy and she can run it through the roar so that we know what everybody's up to.
Okay.
Marilyn, I've got actually my email all ready to go out with an update, but there's one more person that I need to contact. So as soon as I contact them, then I'll send my email out.
That'd be great. I also could use another caller or two if anyone's interested. Dina's got it on. She's already doing it. Let's see, about anywhere from 5 to 10 people. I'm assigning a page per roster sheet, and it's working out really well.
Hey, we've now gotten to 42 plus 2 more Palmer kids. 44. Yes.
Palmers.
Because it's showing 34.
Wait, Gina wants to say something there.
We're in the meeting.
Oh, yeah.
So if there's nothing else, because it's almost, well, it's 1:45, so we have 15 minutes if we want to, or else we can just end the meeting. It is up to you guys if you plan to keep talking, or
I can tell you a little anecdote that happened to me. In February, we visited the Boteros down in the wonderful land of Las Vegas. And one day, while the ladies went shopping, Ken and I went golfing. And
when it's over.
Who's talking? Anyway, at the course that we played, I had to rent my clubs. So at the end of the round, I went in and turned the clubs over, and I had to give him my credit card to hold as a guarantee on the clubs. When I got back my credit card, the young man said, "I really enjoy your books."
Somebody got it.
I said, "I'm not that guy, but thank you anyway."
Full-size set of clubs?
Did you have to use the ladies' clubs?
None of your business.
I know.
Steve, did the golf clubs fit in your glove box?
Do we have a speaker next week?
Pardon me?
We have a speaker next week?
I do not know. Marilyn, do you know?
Yes,
Ask
we
Jim
do.
Waters.
We do. Speaker will be Bob Gasson, who'll be talking about fish.
Oh.
Yay!
And the next week, the speaker will be Bob Gaston talking about the 40th anniversary of the Mount St. Helens eruption when he was editor of Daily News and won a Pulitzer Prize. So he's good.
Okay.
Great. Thanks, Jim.
He's in a rocking chair.
Hey, could we ask Rose Dickinson how she's doing without any water at the YMCA?
The track at Mark Morris is getting a lot of workouts.
Okay, good. And can we ask Mr. iPhone who iPhone is?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yep, go ahead.
Karen Stengel.
Oh, Karen.
Oh,
I'm just going to say we have our schedule for May for the meetings we have. May 5th, 12th, and on my birthday, the 19th.
Happy birthday.
We'll sing to you that day, Al.
Yeah. Ken, I'll sing to you anytime.
Oh, by the way, Marilyn's birthday is Saturday.
By the way.
Wait a minute.
Oh my. No.
We could do quite the version.
Happy birthday, Marilyn. Happy birthday to you.
I think you cry.
We have a recording.
Background.
Yeah.
And I know on the 19th, my new neighbor, Bob Jess, will be helping me move.
Yeah. So Dwayne, any updates from you?
I just wanted to say that, you know, with the Botaros moving, I'm in that same complex, and I want him to know that I cast the deciding vote that allowed him to move in.
Was that close?
It was 72 to 73.
Wow.
I love you,
That's
Jim.
only
Thank you.
because Marnie was coming with him.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I want to know, hey, Bob, Justin, are you going to get a haircut and a shave?
I don't think so. Not till this is over.
He's trying to look like Hal Palmer.
If that doesn't,
You go shave right away.
Yeah.
if that doesn't,
What's this, flash for everybody, or?
I said, if that doesn't, forget it. If that doesn't make him shave, nothing will.
Yeah, no kidding.
That doesn't,
We got it.
So glad to have more people online.
What?
I said it was great to have all these people online today.
Yeah.
What is that?
Maybe we can get a few more for next week.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
You know.
Okay, last week we had Mark Mansell and Debbie,
Right.
and I have now learned how to take polls while we're having this meeting. If anybody would like me to set up a poll, just email me a question you'd like to have on the poll.
Can you dance around that pole?
Yes.
Not on it, please.
You have a maypole?
Yeah.
I'd like to say that I usually give Lloyd such a bad time, but I'd like you to know how proud I am of him. Today marks 4 years since he quit smoking those cigars. So,
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Go Huskies.
Yeah.
Go Dogs.
Thanks, John.
Yeah.
I got a question.
I don't know why their pictures come
Are you checking out yet?
Was they just rotating through everybody?
Yeah.
Marilyn's good to
Did we
see
get
you.
an update from Steve Johnston? I heard you were supposed to have some surgery.
Oh, I had a sciatic attack to start with, and I've been supposed to have my wrist operated on, so the sciatic went nuts on me. So I had an MRI last week, and talked to the doctor yesterday, and he's setting up a lumbar injection. So,
What about the
see how
lobotomy?
that does.
Yeah.
Lobotomies are on hold because they're non-essential, I think.
That's right.
At least they put mine on hold.
Yeah, I
got
could.
some interesting news.
Well, lobotomy.
I have a kidney stone that is 9 millimeters by 8 by 6. It's stuck in a corner, so it shouldn't move. Yeah. Okay, let's hear about that.
No.
Yeah.
You know what 9 millimeters looks like? It's
That's all I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Drink a lot of lemon water.
Yeah.
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 So Jane, what did you cook for us today that we don't get to buy? You gotta unmute yourself, Jane.
I got on mute.
I did. Don't have anything. Haven't been doing too much bacon.
Well, I can smell it, can't I?
Yeah.
Dream about it.
Jane, there's only one box of brownies left.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Was the voice activated, or how do you think?
Yeah, I can hear you, Doug.
Let's have Doug talk. He wants to know how to work this thing. Doug Irvine.
Yep.
Yep.
I've got my wife here. She's an expert.
Yeah.
Just can hear you.
Talking.
Can we go now?
If Marilyn will be quiet, yeah.
I know.
It's Marilyn.
No social.
All right, I guess we can call the meeting to adjourn, and we will hopefully see you guys all next week.
Yes.
So have a nice, safe week, and stay healthy, and try not to go too crazy out there.
That's right.
We'll see about getting even more people.
Yeah.
Al and Sandy, are you going to have a dry run for the scholarship committee today?
Yeah, and
Okay.
it's only I admitted to it, say it's a dry run, but I really thought she said this Tuesday instead of next Tuesday. Those cutie Palmers, they're back again.
Yep.
Was that a dry run today?
No. Yeah, they're back here.
Yeah.
Is that what that glare is?
Yeah, that's what that is. Okay, I just leave this open in case people want to tap.
All right.
Because we
See
always
you again, Vicky.
after the meeting.
All right. Bye.
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 Bye. Leave meeting.
JC's goodbye.
So what is that little Palmer drinking? It got something special there that keeps her so calm?
Orange juice.
Or that's all it is?
Yep.
So I would think.
Everyone's disappearing. See, all the people disappearing. Say hi,
Is
Greg.
everybody going crazy at your house? Or are you the teacher now, the homeschooler?
We kind of share, but the oldest daughter's, she's pretty much on her own. She does all of her own stuff online. And then I help the middle daughter and this one a little bit. She doesn't really have to do much, but we do stuff for fun.
Yeah, I talked with our church secretary, and she's got like 4, and she says she is absolutely going crazy with the homeschooling now. And I said, I understand. My oldest daughter had 9 that she homeschooled.
Oh, wow.
But she was OCD. She was 6. I said 9. She has 6. But she would go around to each desk, and I'd watch it, and she's like a mom. She would also always would notice the one who is going away, not doing what they're supposed to do, and catch them right in the act. Bob, that beard is looking cool.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
What do you think of all this schooling stuff right now with online schooling, Mr. Waters? Are you glad you're retired?
Oh, Lord, you don't know how glad I am I'm retired. My daughter is a kindergarten teacher.
Yeah.
In Columbia Heights. And you want to try distance learning with kindergartners who have an attention span of about 3.5 seconds.
Yeah.
She's developed a lot of materials for them in contact, and she goes online with them. But it's funny. They were doing a Zoom thing, and the kids would be raising their hand and find out if they could go to the bathroom. Teacher, I have to go. You're at home. Anyway, so it's a nightmare because you don't have equal facilities in the homes. And I mean, you have some that don't have internet, and she has a couple of homeless kids in her class, and and then you have parents that just don't give a rip. And
yes,
I mean, the majority are fine, but it's not easy for them.
Yeah, we have a ton of kids on our street here, and I have a feeling several of those are probably not doing the amount of learning stuff that they should be, because, I mean, the amount of time that they're out on the street, there's no way they're doing any schoolwork.
Yeah.
But I told the girls, I was like, if you want to do a little extra one day, a little bit less one day, that's fine. That way you can balance it out, and that way they're not spending 4+ hours just sitting at the computer, etc., depending upon the classes. So yesterday they both got ahead, so today they're taking a little bit of a break. Well, say hello to your daughter and your son-in-law for me, Jim.
Oh, I will. I will. And,
Bye, Bob and Donna.
Hey, Hal? Hal?
hey, if two more people leave, we can step outside our door and have a discussion.
You know, I'm talking
Bob's gone.
I've got Jerry McCormick on the phone here. He just couldn't get in from Arizona, so we're gonna try to figure out why he couldn't get in because he said the meeting never started. And I'm going, yes. So I got you on speakerphone, Jerry, with Jim Waters and John Palmer, Dwayne Smith, Rose Dickinson.
Hey, Hal? I need a little lesson on how to use this.
Okay.
I have this little square. I'm on my tablet. I have this little square in the right-hand corner with no one. Does that do something? Or like, how do I raise my hand?
Do you have some controls at the bottom?
Nope, I'm not seeing any.
No controls at the top. Okay, so
wait, there they are. Okay.
See where it says computer video? Video. Stop. It shows.
Okay, yeah, I have a little video camera with a line through it. It says.
Yeah, click that little line.
Okay.
And your picture will come up. There you are, sweetheart.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And you can be like the rest of us now.
Oh, fine.
Okay.
Well, I look forward to it next Tuesday then.
Okay. Very good, Rose. Thank you.